And welcome. Our top story at this hour is thousands of followers from Pakistan's far-right Islamist group gathered in Lahore. The situation quickly turned violent. A car rammed through the security officers, killing at least 3 police personnel and leaving many wounded. Clashes between Tehrik-e-Labaik Pakistan and the forces led to further injuries. Police fired tear gas in defense, but TLP officials allege that the security forces attacked a peaceful rally. The violent clashes come after negotiations between authorities and the banned group broke down. The protesters gathered to demand 2 things. First, the release of Saad Hussain Rizvi, who is the leader of the TLP group. Second, the expulsion of the French ambassador over cartoons depicting the Prophet Muhammad. At the protest, the demonstrators called Prime Minister Imran Khan incompetent, and the other accused Khan of his bullying tactics.
डिमांड ये है कि हम पहले दिन से कह रहे थे कि ये नाअहल है, नालायक है, कठपुतली है, इसको मुल्क चलाने की कोई समझ नहीं है, ये मुल्क का बेड़ा गर्क करेगा। उस वक्त हमारी बात कोई नहीं मान रहा था। आज 3 साल के बाद बच्चा कह रहा है कि ये नाअहल है, नालायक है, सिलेक्टेड है। आम आदमी की ज़िंदगी अजीरन हो गई, गरीब आदमी 2 वक्त के खाने के लिए परेशान है। हमारा मुतालबा ये है कि ये जान छोड़े।
यही मुतालबा जो आप पीछे से बात कर रहे हैं वो भी सही फरमा रहे हैं। तो वो फ्रांस के सफीर निकाले सबसे पहले, फिर भाई साहब को रिहा करे, फिर जो ये नित रोज नए तमाशे कर रहे हैं, ये जो बदमाशियां कर रहे हैं, ये जो गुंडागर्दियां कर रहे हैं, हम इसके भी ख्याल नहीं है।
The main arteries to and from Lahore and Islamabad have been blocked with shipping containers to prevent the demonstrators from leaving. Authorities have even suspended cellular service, but the TLP party has warned of a plan B if authorities stop them from entering the capital city. Tehrik-e-Labaik Pakistan's chief Saad Rizvi was arrested in April this year. He was first detained for 3 months and then again under the Anti-Terrorist Act. The 27-year-old leader is a vocal supporter of the controversial blasphemy law. More protests are expected today, or are expected today, because a federal review board is scheduled to take up the government's reference against Rizvi later today. Just 7 months ago, similar clashes broke out across Pakistan. Many gathered in protest of a series of Prophet Muhammad cartoons. At least 5 policemen and 3 activists were killed and about 1,000 were injured. The caricatures were published in the French satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo last year. The articles also included pieces on far-right governments and other religions. WION correspondent Anas Malik is joining us live from Kabul, Afghanistan, with the latest on the Lahore situation. Malik, thank you very much for joining us. Pakistan's Interior Ministry had suspended internet services in parts of Lahore in efforts to suppress the violence. That was reported hours ago. Has the service been restored, and has the situation changed from yesterday?
Well, the situation continues to remain the same, the protesters of TLP continue to march currently as you speak. There are clashes that have been reported. They are trying to march towards Islamabad today. They restored their march, and they're just off from Lahore near Sheikhpura, where fresh clashes have been reported. The data suspension continues to remain there. In fact, additional police force have been called in. Reserve police force have been called in from the province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. About 3,000 police personnel have been called in to be deployed in Punjab in order to prevent these protesters to march on from Islamabad towards Islamabad. On the other hand, the Pakistani Ministry of Interior, Pakistan's Minister of Interior, Sheikh Rashid Ahmed, has flown, after coming back from Dubai, has flown to Lahore from Islamabad in order to negotiate with the TLP leadership. Remember, TLP is a banned and proscribed organization who is demanding the immediate release of their supreme leader, that is Saad Rizvi, and the immediate expulsion of the French ambassador to Pakistan. The expulsion of the French ambassador to Pakistan is certainly not on the cards and even not on the agenda, because Pakistan cannot afford to have estranged ties with the EU countries, whereas we can possibly see Saad Rizvi being released by the government in a bid to curtail these protests. Eric?